Okay, writers, we are ready to start the words today. Woohoo! We're going to be starting our fairy tale, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how fairy tales begin. Fairy tale beginnings. Now, we already know that fairy tales often begin with like once upon a time, or the words like a long time ago. But also, usually on that first page, there's two other things that the author tells us. They tell us the setting, which is where and when the story takes place. Once upon a time is the when. And they also tell us who the main characters are, or who the characters are that are going to start the story. Once upon a time, setting, characters. Let me show you. So here is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And if we look at the very first page, it says, once upon a time, there were three bears, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. They all lived together in their own little house in the woods. See? Characters, setting. Let's do another one. This is a story that we had last week. This is Mouros' Beautiful Daughters, which is kind of like a Cinderella story set in Africa. A long time ago, in a certain place in Africa, a small village lay across a river and half a day's journey from a city where a great king lived. So already, when? A long time ago. Where? In a village across a river in Africa, there was a great king. A man named Mufaro lived in this village with his two daughters who were called Manyara and Nyasha. Everyone agreed that Manyara and Nyasha were very beautiful. So we already know the characters, the setting, and when it was once upon a time. One more, just for fun. Hansel and Gretel. Let's see how this one begins. Look. Once upon a time, in a cottage near a vast forest. Cottage, forest, that's the setting, and once upon a time, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife, and his two children. The boy was called Hansel, and the girl, Gretel. Okay, so I'm going to try that today. So remember, I'm modeling for you with the story of the Red Riding Hood. So I already did my sketches. So I need to start my story, but I can't just start it. I have to make it sound like a fairy tale. So I'm going to start with the words once upon a time. And I'm going to start talking about the character first. There lived a little girl who always wore a red hooded, look at these are details, red hooded cape. Everyone called her what did everyone call her? Frank? Cookie Monster? Nah. Everyone called her Little Red Cookie Monster? No. Little Red Riding Hood. And I'm going to say, where did they live? She lived with her mother in a little, and it's sort of like house, but cottage sounds more fairy tale-y, in a little cottage by a deep, dark, see these are details, deep, dark forest. Yeah, so that's kind of how you do it, guys. Once upon a time, and then you explain who the characters in the setting were. And then, of course, I'm not done. Now I've done this. Then I start writing my story about, the mother asked her to take the basket and all that kinds of stuff. But this is how you begin. So it's going to be your turn today. So today, my job is to finish this page and to finish this next page here about her encounter with the wolf. So I'm going to do these 2 pages. So what you're going to do is you're going to get out your three little pigs that you already sketched. And you're going to start it. Now, how are you going to start it? So remember, we have to say when, say the setting of where, and talk about the characters. And remember, try and use all that great fairy tale language, all those nice spicy details to really, really make your story sound like a fairy tale. Okay, you can do it. Can't wait to see it.